So today we're going to be talking about your careers and getting out into the world, making a positive impact. So there's three aspects to what you need going into the workplace. Knowledge, and that's all your statics, dynamics, circuits, all the classes you're taking, things like that. Skills, things like SolidWorks or PSpice. Attitudes, communication, teamwork, ethics, and so forth. Now, remember when we talked about teamwork, that relationships were the most important. Well, guess what? Down here, they're half the job. Okay, who is responsible? You are. Rapid change means continual learning. So, where are you at? What are your options moving forward? What skills are you going to get? Getting the word out, you can do this, and then getting out there and performing. Again, another cycle, learning and growth. So, the old model was you choose a major, develop a plan, learn, graduate, um, develop a plan, apply, and have your manager helps you out, and you have a vital career. Those days are pretty much gone. We choose our major, we develop a plan, we get our first job, we do something, we need to learn some more, we do some more, we learn some more, etc. And then finally move on. School, learning how to learn. That's really an important part of school. How to be an efficient learner. And then how people to guide you and getting launched on your first job. Uh, I want to talk about purpose, values, and goals. Your values are driven from your purpose. What do you want to really do with your life? At the very beginning of this class, very first of the semester, I had find your motivation. And that's you guys looking within. You might want to review that assignment at this time. It's you guys looking within and asking, what do I really want? What gives me purpose in life? And then values. And then goals are the more specific, tangible things. So here we have the lofty purpose and our ethics, and then goals. We've already discussed this. We've seen this diagram a lot, that it's a spiral. You have your mission and values, personal mission and purpose, same thing. Objectives and outcomes, so that's your goals. Do it, figure out where you're at, and then develop your skills, and then now it starts over. Personal mission, values, objectives, and outcomes. So, got purpose. So, examples might be, I really like to solve problems. I have a lot of fun solving problems. I really excel in school. I want to have life balance, employed by a successful company, planned advancement, etc. You want to make a difference in the world. You feel like if you worked in the biomedical field, you would be contributing to something that really helps heal people, makes people's lives better. Or rocket science. You want to be able be part of sending people into space, and so on. You get the hang of it. Or satellites to enhance communication, and so on. Values. These are things like values. Liberty, freedom, creativity, thoughtfulness, honesty, and so forth. So these are your core values. Your purpose is why you're doing things. Why you're doing things. Values is what you value as you pursue your purpose. Values, here we go. Sense of ownership, results oriented, risk taking. It takes discipline, ethics. Objectives. Objectives. An objective is a verb noun pair. So I am going to gain knowledge by studying more. I am going to improve teamwork skills by practicing what I've learned. I'm going to be more ethical, and what would be the thing you do? Values, action. So, excuse me, objectives. Objectives imply action. Objectives imply some sort of action. What are you going to do? Outcomes are very specific. Well, let's see. Outcomes, in contrast to objectives, outcomes are what are the results as you gain knowledge. What's going to be the result of that? Graduation, good grades. Outcomes are a result. Objectives are what you're going to do now. Action-oriented, what you're going to do now. Outcomes are what happens if you do your objectives. So here's mission, purpose. Why are you doing something? Mission, purpose, goals and values, and then objectives, outcomes. Okay, so keeping this in mind, we have to keep this in mind. We have to keep our purpose in mind because we change employers on average 6 times these days. Gone are the days when we work for one employer, get a gold watch, and retire. So it's a lifelong activity. You're always constantly assessing and evaluating your objectives and goals. Objectives, skill building. Here's another way to look at it. Objectives are skill building. Outcomes are the result. Think about what yours are. So here's a company. Lots of ideas. They work on it. They release. They get an outcome, and good things happen. That's the idea of this little cartoon. So your personal career plan. Once you know your mission, your purpose, why are you doing something? Then you can say, what are you going to do? And that's where you develop your educational plan. Selecting a major. Think of societies. Get involved with STEAM Club. Get involved with internships. Get internships. Go to ASU-sponsored events. Community College Outreach Day. Things like that. There's what's called Open Door. During COVID, they're not doing it, but when it gets back in full swing, you can go find out what's happening at ASU. Let's see. What else? Yeah, and talk to your friends and buddies, and especially the Community College Outreach Day. You can talk to juniors and seniors who are already at ASU and find out what they know. Now, the technology team. So you're going to select a major, and there's a spectrum of a theory to application. So your technician, that might be a draftsperson, that might be a welder, that might be advanced manufacturing, and so forth. They're very specialized in their knowledge field. So we've been going through engineering drawing, engineering graphics. A lot of times in companies, what engineers will do is they will do what we've done this semester. They will draw up something, and then they will hand it over to a draftsman who refines it, who cleans it up, who finds the right screws, nuts, and bolts and fasteners and techniques, and corrects our mistakes and things like that on the drawing. So that's these people. Technologist also applied. It might be you might be getting a Bachelor of Applied Engineering, in which case you'd be pretty skilled at the technology. Maybe not as skilled as these folks, but pretty skilled. Engineer, a little more theoretical now. Still practice. A lot of engineers, a lot of times, that's why we do projects in engineering, because a lot of times you get into your career and you want manufacturing to do something, but you have no idea how it's done. So you don't know the pitfalls. You might design something they can't build, and then they come back to you and say, what an idiot you are. And it's not that so much as you've just never done it, which is why it's important for you to have some practice, even if you're highly theoretical. And then finally, scientists. They're the ones that do experiments and find cause and effect. And these folks are not interested. They're not interested in making a product. All the other folks are interested in a product of some sort. Scientists are interested in the conclusion of their experiments. Or highly theoretical scientists would do nothing but paperwork, mathematics, and theory. Okay, I'm going to end it here, pick it up with the next video.